The Miami Dolphins lose again in heartbreaking fashion.
Oh, somebody kill me, please!
Man, I know we just sit on the couch, but being a Dolphins fan is gotta be one of the toughest jobs on the planet. Just defeat after defeat. And what makes some of these losses so brutal is that the expectations for this year and this team are so high. Coming off a good season last year, obviously ups and downs, didn't beat the good teams. We retool in the offseason, things look to progress. And then obviously you have the Tua injury. And then the defense is looking great. Defense looks good, and then the offense looks like trash. But you know it's going to get better when Tua comes back. Tua comes back this game, offense is clicking, looks good. And then the defense kind of just falls out of sorts. And once again, there's reasons as to why. Obviously, being out one of your best players, Zach Sealer, because of an eye poke that turned into a orbital fracture, I believe. That's the most Dolphins thing I've ever heard, and it's just so unfortunate. When the offense was letting the defense down, defense lets the offense down. Obviously, there's more context to this game that I'm going to be going over. So let me start with the offensive side of the ball. Obviously, just right off the rip, looked way better with Tua Tagovailoa under center. Looked like a good offense. We ran the ball well. We passed the ball well. And once again, that's what makes this game so frustrating is the offense played good. There really isn't much more you could have asked from them besides the one play. And honestly, it was the turning point in this football game, and that is the safety. Obviously gives the Cardinals 2 points, and then they go down and score a touchdown immediately following the punt from the safety. So that's an 8-point swing when we had the ball and we were clicking on offense. We barely got stopped, and when we did, we still were driving. We were pretty much in complete control of the game until that safety. So that right there, that was the turning point in this game. So aside from that play, I think the offense played very good. Obviously, there was a few drops. I'm not sure what drives those came on, if they would have made a difference. Waddle dropped one, Jonnu dropped one. So Tua was 28 of 38, 234 yards and a touchdown. And as I referenced, 2 drops, so that could have been 30 for 38. So Tua honestly played lights out. Once again, who you blame for that safety, I'm not going to say it was Tua or Brewer. It's one of them. I don't know which one because of the timing. And when you're playing quarterback, you can't tell if the velocity of it from as a fan is what I'm trying to say. So one of them is to blame, regardless of who. That costed us this game. But obviously the defense didn't play good enough to get the win either. But in terms of the offense, once again, just want to cap that off. I'm very happy with it. I thought the play calling was good. I thought the execution was good outside of the safety. It's brutal that we can put this game away, and once again, I want to put that on the safety. Obviously gives the Cardinals 2 points and then immediately possession when we had possession. So that's just a big swing in this game. But yeah, I really don't know what else you could have asked for from the Dolphins. Maybe Mike McDaniel could have ran the ball a little more, but even then, we did run the ball north of 20 times, which once again, it should have been more. But when you consider some of the passing plays that we had, it was a lot of building off the run game, whether it was a jet touch pass or screens. Those are extensions of the run game. But I understand if you would have liked Mike McDaniel to run the ball a little more, but I really don't know what else you can say. I really think Mike McDaniel called a good game. Offensive line was great. Offensive line played their asses off, did a very good job. Tua had a lot of time in the pocket. They ran the ball well. Once again, there's not much more you could have asked for the offense aside from not having that safety. Now onto the defensive side of the ball where things went awry. Obviously, the defense is what was holding us down these past few weeks, and they let us down. I just want to start with the pass rushing. We got pressure. Obviously, Kyler Murray is a phenomenal football player. I'm going to start there. Kyler Murray won them this game. He made extremely good plays, playing hero ball, and it worked out. And that's, once again, what's so frustrating. We were just a play or two away on defense. If they got one of the stops where Kyler Murray's scrambling and then throws it for a crazy completion to Marv, the 1st and 20 on the game-winning drive, and he completes it over the middle of the field. That's a linebacker issue. So, yeah, it's just so gutting because we were just plays away. The Jalen Ramsey missed sack in the red area. But once again, hats off to Kyler Murray. He played an amazing game. A phenomenal quarterback performance. He's one of the best quarterbacks in all football. I think he deserves props for that. It's so gutting because it was just a play or two away. But I think the run defense was pretty good all game. Obviously, towards the end of the game, where they needed to get a stop, they didn't. So I understand the frustration there. But all game, they pretty much limited James Conner, like I said, until the very end. The passing defense is where things went awry. Kyler Murray making plays, which is going to happen. It's just the amount of times it happened. And part of it, I think, is maybe overcompensating with the blitz due to poor pass rushing, which is the frustration nature of where the Dolphins are when you have your two best pass rushers on the IR, and then obviously Zach Sealer down with injury. Like, you're talking about your 3 of your 4 best defensive linemen are all out. And obviously that's an excuse, but it's just the nature of what it was. Kyler made plays, and it's brutal. Like, I don't even know what else to say. The defense let us down. Couldn't get off the field when we needed them to on multiple occasions. And that's kind of what it was. Like, that's what's so frustrating is this game was so close. It was basically signed, sealed, and delivered, and we blew it, starting with that safety. There's not many exact things you can point to aside from the safety and then just the crazy plays that Kyler made. Like, it just 1 or 2 plays go differently. If we get off the field on defense, we win this football game. And this game, like, it felt like we played good. Like, we looked like a good football team. Obviously, the defense, once again, not great, but the offense was clicking. We know what this defense can do. It just, we didn't make plays when we needed to. And once again, they made plays when they had to. A lot of props to Kyler Murray. He's a very good quarterback. Yeah, I'm speechless. It just is brutal. We choked the game away. But what it boils down to is that safety and then the Dolphins defense not being able to get off the field. There's not a lot of direct finger pointing that can be made. Like, I don't see the point in calling for anyone's job. Like, I think Mike McDaniel called a good game. Obviously, probably Anthony Weaver's worst game as a defensive coordinator, but it's one game. He's been doing a good job. He's without some of his best players on defense. Like, I don't understand the point of calling for anyone's job. It's just unfortunate that the defense was clicking when the offense wasn't, and like both sides of the ball weren't clicking, and then you have that unfortunate safety. It's just the nature of the league, and it's brutal because of the hole we dug ourselves in due to the Tua injury. This felt like a must-win game because of the nature of the standings. Making the playoffs is not easy. You need to win games, especially against teams that you need to beat. This was a team the Dolphins needed to beat, and they failed to do so. So they put their backs up against the wall in a season where expectations were super high to win the division, to make a deep playoff run, win a playoff game, and we're 2-5. So that's what sucks. I think the team played better, obviously, on offense. So what is the outlook of this season? Obviously, it feels over. Now, I'm an optimist. Come next week, I'll be back at it, but that was a must-win game. We're 2-5. Doing my calculations for the playoff prediction, the Dolphins need to get to 9 wins. So what does that mean? We have to go 7-3 the rest of the way, and we have a lot of good opponents. We have the Bills, the Jets twice, 49ers, Browns, Texans, Packers. There's some good teams, so it's not going to be easy. I'll still be rooting, but this is just a gut punch with the expectations that are there. Tua returning, Tua playing well, and we just still couldn't get it done. And I really don't think there's anyone that should get fired. I think it'd be too soon. I don't think anyone's deserved to lose a job. It's just extremely frustrating. I believe in this team to be able to win some of these games and start going on a better run because they're talented. Like I said, they just a play on defense that happens that didn't. This game's over, but it is what it is. Comment your thoughts down below. I appreciate you guys for watching. Like and subscribe to help the channel grow. Until next time, fins up.